you do leave with that question of how are they going to pay for this?
A multi-million-dollar lawsuit could leave taxpayers footing the bill after allegations of misconduct by police and prosecutors.
Yeah, this comes after a federal rights lawsuit was filed in U.S. District Court for the District of Utah seeking at least $20 million for allegedly violating a teen boy's constitutional rights. Chief investigative reporter Wendy Holleran is here with details. Wendy?
Prosecutors file cases based upon police investigations. But what happens when they're the ones accused of wrongdoing? All of this could cost taxpayer bucks, as the plaintiffs accuse the Salt Lake County DA's office, the West Valley City Police Department, and multiple people in those organizations, including the district attorney himself, of trying to railroad a 14-year-old boy. August 17th, 2023, Scottsdale Park.
What's going on? What happened?
14-year-old Emiliano was robbed at gunpoint by fugitive Nusami Awalua, who was high on meth. He ended up stabbing Awalua. Awalua fled after robbing Emiliano of his backpack, collapsed, and died. 4 days later, the DA's office decided not to charge Emiliano with any crime because video conclusively showed he was robbed at gunpoint and acted in self-defense. This federal civil rights lawsuit alleges a series of decisions amounted to malicious prosecution of Emiliano, which led him to being improperly incarcerated for over a year. At the heart of the complaint, an inappropriate romantic relationship between prosecutor Adriana Davis and West Valley City Detective Josue Lil, both of whom were separately married. Alleging Davis's text messages make clear she was concerned about Lil ending the relationship, so she began to review Emiliano's case again in order to spend more time with Lil and other officers. Also alleged, Davis, detectives Lil and Jeff Nelson fabricated evidence, knowingly drafted a probable cause affidavit filled with intentional misstatements and material omissions. Omitting Awalua still had a gun during the fight, showing him physically attacking Emiliano, who was still under the threat of being shot. Claiming Emiliano's friend was celebrating after the stabbing. Attorneys contend this never happened. The video shows no celebration, a misrepresentation likely included to suggest Emiliano wasn't defending himself. It accuses the defendants of conspiring together to deprive Emiliano of his constitutional rights, even after one of the co-conspirators, Josh Graves, admitted it should not have been filed as murder. They are seeking $20 million.
Wow. I mean, it's a large number.
Utah Taxpayers Association President Billy Hesterman reviewed the complaint.
If someone's really willing to go down this road, that means they probably have a fair case to make.
Salt Lake County says it does not carry insurance for these types of lawsuits, so taxpayers could be on the hook. The cost of litigation and any payout would come from the Government Immunity Fund, which is a restricted account funded by Salt Lake County tax revenue.
Will it result in a tax increase? That probably remains to be seen.
DA Sim Gill declined an on-camera interview, but in an email says, "We intend to vigorously defend the work of this office and its prosecutors in the proper context of the courtroom." Repeated requests to West Valley City on how this could impact taxpayers have not been acknowledged. Hesterman says if the defendants, West Valley City and Salt Lake County, do not prevail and lose the lawsuit,
then there are some probably really tough conversations that will have to be had by the different councils that oversee the budgets in those entities, and making sure that they can pay what's due and possibly have a tax increase.
I asked West Valley City if it has retained outside attorneys to represent the city and detectives Lil and Nelson, who are named individually, but could not get an answer. I submitted a public records request for any retainer agreement and billing records in an effort to find out who will represent them. Also, I have reached out to each person individually named in this lawsuit seeking comment, but have not heard back from anyone. Mark, Jamie?